It was the middle of the night when Clara first heard the footsteps. Slow, deliberate, and faint, they echoed from the hallway just outside her bedroom door. At first, she thought it was her mind playing tricks on her. After all, she lived alone, and her small house had always been eerily quiet at night. But the footsteps grew louder. She lay frozen under her covers, heart pounding in her chest. The sound of each step sent a chill down her spine. They didn't stop, one after another, moving closer to her door. She listened intently, barely daring to breathe, wondering if it was just a neighbor, or some late-night passerby. But no, these footsteps were in her house. Gathering her courage, Clara slowly sat up. The wooden floor creaked beneath her weight, and for a moment, the footsteps halted. Had they heard her? She quickly dismissed the thought as irrational. Maybe it was an animal, or something falling. But deep down, she knew better. As soon as she swung her legs over the edge of the bed, the footsteps resumed, louder this time, almost urgent. Her bedroom door was slightly ajar, leaving just a sliver of darkness from the hallway. She strained to see, but the shadows seemed to shift and dance, mocking her fear. Clara grabbed her phone from the nightstand. No signal. A shudder passed through her as she glanced at the time, 3:33 a.m. Of course it was. The witching hour. She crept toward the door, heart thudding in her ears, and pressed her eye to the crack. The hallway was empty, but she could still hear the footsteps, right outside the door now, so close she could almost feel them. Her breath caught in her throat. The door creaked open by itself, revealing the dark, yawning hallway beyond. Clara gasped, stepping back instinctively. And then she saw it, a figure at the far end of the hall, a tall, shadowy silhouette just standing there, motionless. Watching. Its face was obscured in shadow, but she could feel its eyes on her. A wave of dread washed over her as the figure started moving, slowly, deliberately, walking toward her with the same unnerving rhythm of footsteps that had haunted her moments before. Clara backed away, her mind screaming to run, but her legs felt frozen in place. The figure moved closer, until it was nearly at her door. She wanted to scream, to slam the door shut, but her body refused to obey. Then it stopped. Just inches away from her, so close she could hear its ragged breathing. Clara stared into the darkness, her heart pounding. The figure stood there, unmoving, for what felt like an eternity. And then, in a low, guttural voice, it whispered,
"You shouldn't have looked."
And the lights went out.